Local comic store haul. Let's see what we got. So I went to my local comic store and I went to the liquidation place and I bought a bunch of stuff. So let's go through it and see what I got. So I'm going to go through everything and I'm going to do price breakdowns and kind of tell you what I paid for it, what it's worth, what it's going to sell for, and kind of break it down that way so you can get an idea of why I pick up some of these things. Some of it's for the personal collection. It's not always about selling. Sometimes I do keep for the personal collection, but most of the time comics have to pay for themselves. So that's kind of how I do it. So up first, I paid $5 for this book. This book continuously sells for $20 to $25. So we got Detective Comics 737. So this is the third appearance of Harley Quinn in DC continuity. Really cool book. Excellent pickup for $5. This one is just staying in the personal collection. A lot of these Harley Quinn keys I've been holding on to and just building that collection over time. Not a bad pickup. Can't go wrong for $5. So this was about $9 with my discount. It's a complete set, complete run. We've got Tron #1. So first appearance of Tron in US Comics. This is also the origin of the Tron universe. So we got issue #1. Issue #2, a mid-grade copy of #3. #4. #5, great video game cover. And #6. So issue #1 sells for about $20 US. The rest of them, about $7, $8 US, depending on the condition. But for $9 for the entire run Canadian, like, great pickup. Found another complete run. Again, this was about $9 Canadian. Some fantastic Alex Ross covers, but we've got DC run of Space Ghost. Here we go, cover 1, 2. There's issue 3, 4, 5, and 6. I have had this run in the past. Sold it for about $25 US for the entire run, which is not bad. Alex Ross has a ton of fans out there. Space Ghost is kind of popular, especially with the new run out there. Should have no problem at all kind of moving this one. Grabbed another set, again, $9 for this one. We've got the Seven Soldiers Zatanna #1. And issue #4 in this one has to be my favorite cover in the set. There's #3. And I think that's gorgeous. There we go. There's issue 4. Really cool stuff. And this one's personal collection. So I don't have this entire run. This was about $12 with my discount, but we've got the Wildstorm Thundercats. So this is the book. I've got tons of these. This is issue 1. This is first full appearance of Linkso, Bengali, and Pumaira. Definitely a book that is way undervalued with the Thundercats universe. So I got this one. And then we've got a fantastic #2, cover A. Don't have that one. This one could definitely use a press, but we've got #3. #4, cover A, and #5. There we go, complete run. Looking forward to reading this one. They did have another set which had the alternate cover, cover B, but I like this one better, so I snagged this one. And then as I was checking out, this was sitting at the cash register. It's got a color break increase down at the bottom here. We've got G.I. Joe #4, so I'm definitely missing this one for the run. There's that color break right there. You can see it. But it was like under $5. It's a Canadian price variant. I mean, it fills a hole in the run. I'll swap it down the road when a higher grade copy comes along. But now I'm just shooting for those higher numbers. I think I'm at like above 120 on the issue runs for this one to finish the run, but great pickup. So then we got this. This is from the liquidation store next door. So I definitely went in and I just grabbed stuff as I saw it. So I got 2 near mint copies of RoboCop, the kind of the trade paperback version that kind of adapts the movie. I did buy one of these to get signed by Peter Weller at one point, and it wasn't high enough grade for me to get graded. It's too bad these didn't hit the shelf earlier. I will likely hold on to one of these, and one of them will go up on Whatnot, maybe eBay. I'm not sure yet, but if you haven't read it, check it out. It's a pretty good adaptation. Definitely a cool book for the personal collection. Pure nostalgia, always a fun time for me. I have the first 2 runs of this. Didn't know this one existed, but there we go. Married with Children, Lotto Fever #1. So I'm guessing I'm going to be hunting #2 and 3 now. I did enjoy the first 2 runs they did with Now Comics. So looking forward to reading this and seeing how the story goes. So they had 3 copies of this. I grabbed all of them. Again, all of these books are under $2 each. They're about $1.50 a piece. I bought 3 of these before. I sold 2 of them for $15 US each. We've got Rock and Roll Comics 29 with the Ozzy Osbourne, the No Rest for the Wicked cover there. Again, nice art on the back as well. So nice near mint minus copies, less than $2 each, $15 US sale. You've got to have some patience to wait for the right buyer, but definitely at $15, you're undercutting everyone out there on eBay with these. So Rock and Roll Comics, New Kids on the Block, just because there's fans. Did grab 2 copies of Batman #1 from the Rebirth. Second prints on this one. First Gotham Girl. These will likely end up on eBay cheap auctions. Maybe toss one up on Whatnot. We'll see how that does. But grab those. Did grab this one. High grade copy. We've got RoboCop 2, issue #1. I don't see this one very often. I see the other one, the trade, quite often, but I don't see the floppy too often. So had to snag this for the personal collection. Hawkeye #1 from the limited series, 2 copies of that one. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 near mint copies of Superman 75, Death of Superman, first print. This book, hot and cold, hits the hot list every now and then. And when it hits that hot list, these go for about $9 to $10 US each. So for $1.50 Canadian per book, no-brainer pickup. These will go in a box, probably toss one up on eBay. And when they start moving, I'll keep flipping those. So another Rock and Roll Comics that goes for a decent price. We've got Rock and Roll Comics #30 with Robert Smith of The Cure. On the cover, about a $25 US book. They do sell very sparingly. The Cure and comic books is not always a good crossover. The two don't always hit each other. I don't know if they're for autograph signings. They do pop every now and then. But if you sit on them, you will eventually sell them for a decent price. So I'm prepared to sit on these for a while and see how they do. But for $1.50, can't go wrong. I don't have this book. I'm going to give it a read. Spawn #10. Never picked this one up. Have it now. I'll give it a read, see what's going on. And the other two will likely end up in some kind of auction or Whatnot. I will probably break even on these, or maybe I'll throw them in as giveaways on Whatnot. I'm not sure yet. But either way, some nice near mint copies. Speaking of that RoboCop 2, there we go. Did not have this one in the collection, but there it is. There's the trade issue of the adaptation that Marvel did. I don't know if they're all newsstands. They probably are with the barcode, but either way, pretty cool. Happy to have this. Looking forward to reading this. Found a nice pocket of Uncanny X-Men books that do go for a couple bucks. Got the 509. Fantastic Greg Land cover. I have this one already. This one will go up somewhere. 510. Another great Greg Land cover. And found 2 copies of 503. This book always seems to sell well, so no-brainer. Never read this one. I'm going to give it a shot and read it, and then I don't know if I'll keep it or not, or if I'll continue. But Mr. Miracle #1 from the 90s. Found 2 copies of Nick Fury's Howling Commandos. We've got Nick Fury. We've got a couple of these guys in the MCU now. Who knows down the road. Marvel seems to be banking on the Werewolf by Night stuff, so definitely a possibility. Either way, if you haven't read this, it is a good run. It is a good read. I don't have a room to keep a lot of the runs I buy, but this one, issue #1, I think it's worth hanging on to. So grab these. 2 nice high-grade copies of Iron Man 288 because it's shiny and I like shiny things. There we go. I have this one in the personal collection. These, I don't know, eBay, Whatnot, whatever. Other people seem to like shiny things too. So shiny things sell. People like shiny things. These are shiny. Found a couple issues for the run. Ren and Stimpy #18 and #19. Nice clean white copy of #19. Don't see that very often. Both books just going to go in the personal collection. Looking forward to reading these. Ren and Stimpy to me is just pure nostalgia. Love reading it. So I have not read these. Looking forward to checking these out. Found a random ASM kicking around, so grabbed it. ASM 389. And this one goes for about $10 US. Harder to find, lower print run. We've got Haunt #25. So a bit more of a niche book for the general collector. But if you stick this up on eBay for about 10 or 12 bucks, it will move. I was not a fan of the Haunt run. I did stick with the first couple issues and it wasn't for me. But there's definitely collectors out there that do appreciate it and love it. So not a bad cover. There we go. Weekly pull list. So we got Venom #35. Looking forward to continuing that one. Deadpool #4. I do have the movie variants at Capcan. They're being held right now in my pull box. So I'll be catching up on this one, and then the movie variants will come later. Inquisitors #1. First appearance of a new Jedi in this one. I think I have one of these at Capcan also, but Looking forward to reading this weekend. I was on the hunt for the Ratio. Didn't get it. We'll see. I think it'll come down in price eventually. I think this one's flying under the radar. But there we go. Pretty cool book. And we got a High Republic number 9. So volume 3 is almost wrapping up. One more issue to go on this one. And then that's it. So where are they going to go after this with the storytelling? I guess we'll have to wait and see. But volume 3 I haven't found as good as the first 2. But I'm still sticking with it. And I'm just looking forward to seeing how they cap everything off. So pretty cool. So there we go. Pretty good haul. Good mix of stuff. Some good reads. Some good flips. Some good personal collection stuff. Gonna have to process it all. Sometimes when I go into the liquidation place and I see stuff, it's hard not to grab it. Like those Death of Supermans, I know what I've sold them for in the past, like after the fact, right? So if we get another spike, it's sort of a no-brainer to grab them while they're there. And again, the whole point of the liquidation place is to liquidate books and get rid of them. So when I go in there and I'm buying 7 or 8 copies, I am doing what the store is intended to do. At least that's what I tell myself. Anyways, there we go. Fantastic haul.